this is 12 spheres. Okay, so let's start with warm-up. So there is a cylinder with radius r and height of 2r. So this length and this length or this length are the same. This is all r. Okay, and so the height is 2r. And there is also a sphere with radius r. And if radius is r, then this is r and this is r. So the distance from here to here will make it 2r. So this sphere actually fits in, kind of inscribed in this cylinder, in that this top is going to touch here, this is going to touch here, this is going to touch here, this bottom is going to touch here, center of this space. Okay, and try to figure out the relationship between the volume of these two solids. Okay, so my hope to show you this is to get intuitive sense into the formula of the volume of a sphere. And this is something that I wish my teacher told me, because I memorized the formula for the volume of a sphere as just a random number. Looking at it this way, it makes a little bit more intuitive sense. Okay, so these are in the same color, right? This light gray and light gray. If you see in the color, I think this is like a pink and purple and pink or something in the color. You remember, just looking at this half the cylinder, this cone is inscribed in a cylinder. You remember the volume of this cone is 1/3 of the cylinder that contains inscribed the cone, right? Meaning that this lighter part is 2/3 of this cone. And we talked about the grain rice, and then you can scoop the cone 3 times into fit into this cylinder, right? It turns out that this part that is light gray is 2/3 of a cylinder is the same as the volume of this top part. So this gray part fit exactly into here. So if I have a scoop of this cone with the same, so this circle is the same as this circle, right? Because it's the same. I can scoop 2 of these into the half sphere. And you have another part here that goes in the bottom half. Now, the volume of this cone is 1/3 of r square pi, right? It's the area times height. So times is r, right? So this will make it 1/3 of r cubed pi, right? That's the volume of the cone. So this gray part should be 2/3 of r square pi times r, which is 2/3 of r cubed pi, right? Because the cylinder is 3/3 of r square pi times r, right? So this part should be 2/3 of r square pi r, which is 2/3 of r cubed pi. And therefore this side should also be 2/3 of r cubed pi, right? So the volume of a sphere is this, this plus this, which is 4/3 of r square pi. Actually, pi, it should be pi r square. The r is a variable, the pi is a number, the number comes before the variables. This is the formula for the volume of a sphere. Okay? Alrighty, so the objective for 12.4, find the area and the volume of a sphere. Okay, so here is the volume formula. It's 4/3 of pi r cubed. Okay, the area of a sphere equals the 4 pi times the square of the radius. Area is 4 pi r square. Okay, so just a little intuition of this. Just going back here. This area right here is pi r square, right? And there, it's really kind of, there is no good way to show this, but the idea is that if you were to use this area to kind of paper mache this sphere, you need 4 of these, because you need about 2 of these to do the, you know, the top half and the middle half, or like half here and then half here, and you have another 2 over there. That kind of makes sense. That's why the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. That means that you need 4 of these to paper mache the sphere. So those are the 2 formulas. Okay? Now for the final, you get the formula sheet, but you don't get formula sheet for the test in this chapter. Okay? So, alright, so I think these are just putting a number in the formula, so let's just skip these. These are too easy for you. This has k, so might as well do this one. You can do this one, this one, this one, and this one. So why don't we do, you do these 3 homework, okay, and we're gonna do these 2 in the video, the 2 harder ones. Okay, so let's look at the 7. Alright, so the radius is, it's really not that hard. It's just plugging in, it's just how the radicals. So the area is 4 pi r square, right? The area of the circle times 4. So it's 4 pi 2, because this square is 2, so that's 8 pi. And the volume is 4/3 of pi r cube. I'm sorry, you should have, that's a unit square, okay? And so that means 4/3 of pi times 2 root 2, right? 2 of those make it 2 plus times root 2, so that's that. So this goes up on top of it, so that would be 2 times 4 is 8 root 2 over 3 pi. Okay, unit cubed. All right, 8. If this is volume, that means 288 pi is 4/3 of pi r cubed. So pi cancels, and to move this on the other side, you change flip. So r cubed is 288 times 3/4, right? So if you divide this into 4, that's 72. 72 times 3 is what? 216. Okay, and all right, r cubed. So let's look at the calculator. If you don't have scientific calculator, you can let's just do it that way, the old-fashioned way. Let's prime factor it. So 216, that's 2 1 0 8 2 5 4 2 27 and 3 and 9 and 3 and 3. Now you remember this is, so r is cube root of 216, right? That means you need 3 numbers repeating. So 2 is repeating 3 times and 3 is repeating 3 times, so this is 6. Okay, now so that's what you have to do if, I think on the SAT and stuff, you don't get a scientific calculation. But if you want to use a calculator, which you can do on my test, okay, what you do is 216 to the power, this one, right? Oh, you can't see. All right, can you see like that? Okay, 216 to the power of 1 divided by 3, power of 1/3 is 6, okay? So the radius is 6, so that means area is 4 pi times 36, so 12 144. Is that right? 36 times 4, 144 pi in unit square. Okay. All right. So that's good. All right. If the radius of a sphere is double, the area of the sphere is. All right. I want you to do this one. Okay. This is kind of preview of the next section. The similar volume of a similar figures. Repeat the exercise 9 if the radius of sphere is tripled. Okay. Do this. And why don't you do 11 dash and 10 dash ratio when radius is halved. Okay, that's double, triple, you do half too. Alright, the area of a sphere is pi centimeter square. Find the diameter of the sphere. Okay, you can do this one. This is homework 2. The volume of the sphere is, find the area. Alright, so I think that's enough practice. And we can do the rest in the class. It's not that many problems in this packet. Yeah. Okay.